since we decided to go live, I've been receiving so many questions from you all regarding the myths regarding hair fall, what is right to do with the hair fall and all. So let's start with that. So the first question that I thought I want to take is from one of my youngest patient. He's 11 years old, and when we decided to do Insta Live, his first question was, what is the amount of normal hair fall? Okay, he wanted to know, like, if I'm losing hair, how do I know what is a normal hair fall, how much of hair every day, it's is called as a normal hair fall. So basically anywhere between 50 to 100 strands of hair if you lose in a day is a normal hair fall. Once I did say that 50 to 100 hair, I think people get scared. They feel, oh, that's too much. And if you're getting 100 hairs, you're losing 100 hairs every day, one day you're going to lose everything and you're going to go bald. But see, you have to take an average. There'll be days on which you'll be losing a few hair, and the days where you shampoo or you do oiling, a lot of hair will come in your hand, right? So it all depends on, you have to average it out and calculate the number of hair during the entire day. Sometimes you see it in on your pillow. Sometimes your maid says she's been seeing a lot of hair in the when she's sweeping the floor. So you have to calculate an average of that. And also what is very, very important is, if you're losing hair, but at the same time you see that there is thinning of your hair which is happening, the volume of your hair is going down, and you significantly see less number of patches, less number of hair on your scalp, then is the time that you need to really get worried about the hair fall. And you have to go to and consult a dermatologist and find why you're getting the hair fall. So the next question which I've been getting from a lot of my patients, they're worried, what is the reason behind the hair fall? People really feel scared, and they don't know why they're getting hair fall. They're doing everything right and still they feel that the hair fall is happening. They come and ask me, doctor, which oil should I use and it's going to help me with my hair fall? So all I say is hair fall is all internal. Okay, people feel, I'm going to change my oil, I'm going to change my shampoo, I'll change my conditioner, and this is going to help me with my hair fall. But it's not really like that. It's more internal. So it'll depend on the kind of diet you have. So diet is really, really something that's important for with your hair. What's important for your hair is, first of all, protein. The entire bulk of your hair is protein. Okay, so you have to taken a lot of protein. If you're a non-vegetarian, you can have meat, you can have egg. But if you're a vegetarian, and we being in Gujarat, a lot of us are vegetarians, and so the best options that we have is, one, to have a lot of pulses. I say a bowl of sprouts every day in the morning is one of the best thing you can do for your hair. So a lot of proteins in form of pulses, in form of milk and milk products, is something that you really need to develop on. Also have a lot of vegetables. So all the good vitamins and minerals come in from the vegetables that you're eating. So vegetables and salads is something that you can build upon. And in India, hemoglobin, your anemia, is one of the commonest cause of hair fall. So go get your hemoglobin checked. If it is low, start on iron supplementation. Have foods which are rich in iron, which would be green leafy vegetables. You can have dates, you can have beetroot. So these are good sources of iron. And if you develop that also and you improve your hemoglobin, even a 1 gram of hemoglobin, if it improves, you will see a drastic change in your hair quality. Other than that, have things which which contain biotin. So sometimes, with our patients, we give you supplements which contain biotin, and these really, really work well. You have to go to a dermatologist, take a prescribed medicine, and you could take it for around 2 to 3 months, and it really helps you with your hair fall. And other than that, what I generally say with your hair, this is one part is the diet. The other part is, a lot of patients get hair fall if they have thyroid. Thyroid is a very, very common cause of hair loss. I've had questions from a few patients who've been saying that, they have hypothyroidism. Yes, hypothyroidism is something that definitely leads to hair fall. In hypothyroidism, common symptoms are people have dry skin, they have, changes in their menstrual cycle, changes in their weight, but also a lot of times people come to us with hair fall, and if we get their thyroid checked, we find out, their thyroid is not proper, and the moment we treat them for their thyroid imbalance, their hair fall also comes under control. The other questions I've been getting with a lot of young girls, they're asking, they're getting hair fall. So I feel, in young girls, especially if we are seeing a lot of hormonal changes, we know something about PCOD, which is polycystic ovarian disease. This is a very, very common thing that we see in our patients. Now, PCOD patients, typically they would have acne, they would have irregular menstrual cycle, they would have you know um, a lot of hair developing on their jaw area, and also they have hair thinning. So if especially young girls, they are having any of these symptoms, and they're still they're having a lot of hair fall, we can get their hormonal profile done. We can, they typically also have weight gain, or they're obese. So we get their hormonal profile done, we get do a proper weight control for these patients, and also have them, ask them to start on some hormonal therapy, and even that can, help you with your hair fall come under control. um, Other than that, the common causes of hair fall is also stress. I've seen stress in any form can, have a uh, can cause hair fall. It can lead to bad skin, bad hair. So it goes without saying that, you have to do something about stress. We are either stressing about something, or we are also stressing about hair. So guys, stop stressing about your hair also. You need to do some kind of meditation. Exercising is also a good thing that you can do, and that will help you quite a lot with your hair fall. I have been getting a lot of questions, and one of so I think Vijay is asking, how about sulfate free shampoos? So Vijay, sulfate free shampoos is something that we are definitely recommending these days, because we had a lot of shampoos in the past which had a lot of harsh chemicals. So we are recommending milder shampoos these days, and sulfate free shampoos definitely are milder for your hair, and they should be used on a regular basis. And they are much safer than the other kind of shampoos that are available in the market. The only issue which comes with the sulfate free shampoo at the moment is that they do not have a good foaming. So a lot of times, you want a good cleansing, so that is not happening. So it's fine to do a good cleansing with other shampoos, and then in between try and use as much of sulfate free shampoos. Okay. And I had another question which said, doctor, what is the normal frequency of shampoo? Which shampoo should I be buying from the market, and how many times should I shampoo? So, see, this would all depend from person to person and what kind of hair you have. So, shampoos basically are important. That is a normal care of your hair that you do. So like we care about our skin, in a similar way we care about our hair also. So like we keep our skin clean, we have to keep our hair also clean. So shampooing could be, if you have a very, very oily scalp, you could do a shampoo maybe every alternate day. And with people who have been doing a lot of gymming, and people who have been doing a lot of exercise, they sweat a lot, we tell them even daily shampooing is absolutely fine, because the more clean you're going to keep your scalp, the lesser scalp issues you'll get, and better will be your hair quality. Now the moment I'm going to say everyday shampoo, I'm going to get a lot of questions where people will be saying, oh ma'am, I'm going to shampoo every day and I'm going to lose all my hair. So it's not really like that. Like I said before, your hair fall is not dependent on externally. So you could use a mild shampoo on a daily basis or alternate day. And if you do not have a very, very oily scalp, and you do not have a lot of activity outside with a lot of pollution, you could even do thrice a week. So understand your hair well, understand your scalp quality, and according to that you can decide about the number of times you can do want to do a shampoo. How to pick up a shampoo from the market? You get a lot of shampoos. What we generally recommend is you can take any opaque shampoo. So most of the shampoos which are available in the market, only if you have a very greasy scalp you can go for transparent shampoos. And a good brand should be good enough. Sometimes people recommend professional shampoos, but I would say they are quite stronger and should be used only occasionally. And with the shampoo, should you condition? So people ask me, is conditioning really important? So I feel absolutely conditioning is really, really important. Every time you do a shampoo, you must do conditioning as well. Okay, because shampoo does lead to a little bit of frizziness of hair. It'll lead to damage to the hair. So whatever damage has happened, if you do a proper conditioning of the end, so basically shampoo is for your scalp and the conditioner is for your hair end. So you should do conditioner at least 2 inches away from your scalp. Okay, and that will give you the nourishment back to your hair and give you a good shining and good quality of the hair which is there. Vijay is again asking me, do our hair need oiling regularly or does oiling reduce hair fall? Oiling. So in India, everybody has this strong belief about oil, right? I feel it's a combination thing. It's not completely like that. People feel, okay, I'm going to use a lot of oil and I'll have long and thick hair. To some extent, it only makes a lot of difference with the quality of your hair. If you're going to put a lot of hair and you feel you're going to have a lot of growth of your hair, not really, but it'll definitely make your hair look much shinier, healthier. So oiling, if you want to do like once in a week or something, we generally say that you can just do it on the ends and you could leave it just for an hour or so and wash it away. Why that? Because even if you're going to leave it overnight, or there are people who go out with the oil on. So oil basically, it attracts a lot of dust, a lot of pollution. We are sweating so much. It's so humid in Ahmedabad right now, and all of that accumulates if you have oil on. And if all of that accumulates, there are more chances that you get dandruff. Now, dandruff is a kind of fungus. So anywhere that there is humidity, there is oil, the dandruff starts developing. Okay. So it's really important to keep your hair as dry and not as humid. So if you guys want to really do a hair oiling, you can do it with the purpose that some people like, that massage on their hair. They like the pampering they get with by doing a lot of oil massage. So once in a while, it's okay to do that, but don't have that myth that you're going to oil your hair and you're going to get thick, long hair. Not really. In fact, nothing against any brands, but people ask me, which oil to be used. So one of my favorite is coconut oil, the age old coconut oil, which our grandparents to parents have been using for so many years. Though that is really something, that we've been doing for a long time. It's a safe oil to be used, and you can do it once in a while to pamper yourself, and it works fine. And it'll give you a good conditioning, a good, shine to your hair for sure. Okay. The other question which I've also been getting is, what about tablets for hair fall, right? And it's come from Andy Verma. So Andy, there are a lot of hair fall tablets that we prescribe. Like I told you, hair fall is all internal, right? So sometimes we feel, okay, I'm having a very healthy diet, I am following a good regimen, I'm eating a balanced diet, but a lot of times our hair does not get that enough nutrients that it should be. Okay, so in spite of doing everything right and you're still getting a lot of hair fall, we do prescribe you certain multivitamins and amino acids which are rightly formulated for your hair, and these are very, very safe to be taken. So you can take a prescription from your dermatologist, and if you do like a 3 to 4 months course of these multivitamins, you really see a lot of difference with your hair fall. Okay, so if you're following your diet properly, you're taking good amount of proteins. Sometimes, like I said, we get your hemoglobin done and an advanced test which is called as ferritin done, which exactly tells us how much of iron is stored in your body. Okay, and if that is less, and sometimes we add up, iron tablets also to your regimen. If we add all of that, we've also seen that your hair quality and your hair growth definitely improves, your hair fall definitely improves. So you can visit one of your dermatologists and they should be able to help you with these tablets. Hi Dheeraj. Hi Richa. So Dheeraj is asking me, what's the solution for acne on scalp? Sometimes they're very big like boils. I'm facing this problem for a very long time. Yes, Dheeraj. So the acne on scalp, or what we call as folliculitis. Okay, this basically means that the glands, the oil glands that you have on your scalp get blocked, and because of that there is an infection which comes again and again. This is a bacterial infection and it keeps coming again and again. So like I said, if you understand your scalp well, you know that your scalp is oily. It leads to a lot of breakouts. You have to keep it, first of all, as clean as possible. Okay. So if you have this kind of a oily scalp, you could even wash it alternate day or daily with a mild shampoo. Okay. And if you still get this problem, we add on certain tablets to your regimen, which are some um, antibiotics, or sometimes we have advanced tablets also which we add on to your regimen, and if you take it for a long time it really helps. Okay. So also the kind of shampoo that you use can be specifically shampoos for this kind of problem, and this would also help. Hi Manisha, hi Jamin. So a lot of viewers coming in, and the next question that I've got um, is the scalp hair fall the only hair fall that occurs? So, not really. We have different kinds of hair fall. Hair fall is uh, called as alopecia. Okay, so there are different kinds of alopecia. One hair fall that we talk about for males is called as a hereditary pattern hereditary pattern of hair loss, or male pattern hair loss. And this usually happens in men, where you've typically seen, they lose hair in the frontal area, they start losing hair in this area, they lose also hair on the top, and this all combines in to form a U shape, right? So this is a typical thing which happens, and this is more so because of hereditary genetic factors and something called as testosterone in the body. Okay, so in male patients, this happens, and this used to happen quite late in the past. It used to happen maybe in 40s, in 50s, but now I get very young patients also, like 16, 17 years old boys also, who start losing a lot of hair. Okay, so that is one kind of hair fall. And the other kind of hair fall is also called as alopecia areata, wherein you lose hair in patches. Okay, this kind of hair fall can also affect the body hair. So you could get, loss of hair on your beard area, you could get it on any part of the body. So you basically, if you have hair fall anywhere on your body, you must go and see your dermatologist, get the reason behind checked for that, and then treat it properly. Okay. um, Hi sweet indulgence. Yeah, you've been asking, using serum is good for hair? Yes, of course. So we have a lot of conditioners in the market. Some of them are called as leave-on conditioners, and some we have to wash them away. Okay, and then we have serums and we have masks. So there are a lot of things which are available in the market for hair care, right? Now serums are basically something like a leave-on thing. So after you have done a shampoo, you've conditioned your hair well, after that, on your wet hair, you use these serums, and definitely they form a coating. So basically, a conditioner or a serum or a mask, what it does is it forms a coating around the hair. Okay. Our hair is something like, like the outside is like a in a shape of a flower. Okay. So this gets damaged because of the pollution, because of the age, because of a lot of factors, like you do a lot of blow drying, you do a lot of chemicals. So to get that cuticle back, you need a good amount of conditioner. So even serums, if you use on a regular basis, or let's say I usually recommend it like once or twice a week, they really help you, get uh, the the shining that you get on your hair quite well. Okay. Hi Aramkar Food. You're asking, can you talk about no poo method? Is it good or bad? Well, can you tell me more details about this question? Can you ask me more about what you want me to talk about? I really don't get it well. Um, okay, another question which is coming is, I have a young daughter and she's getting gray hair. She's just 8 years old and she's getting gray hair. So, graying of hair is again something that we see, quite often. I'll come back to you, Aramkar. I think you're asking me the shampoo method, so I'll just come back to you. So, gray hair used to again happen quite late, but we are seeing, you'll not believe, but getting patients who are just 4 years, 5 years old, and they get one or two strands of gray hair, and their parents are very, very panicked and they don't know what to do about it. So, why this gray hair is happening early is one, because of the diet. young people, they are eating, they're really not eating well. They're having a lot of junk food. The balanced diet that we just talked about is really not there. And for that matter, even I get 10, 12-year-old kids with a lot of hair fall. So diet is something definitely that, makes in a lot of difference with your hair fall and graying of hair. And the other reasons for graying is maybe pollution, maybe stress, and maybe overall the change in the environment which is causing these graying of hair. But if you're getting gray hair at this early age, you must consult a dermatologist, and we can still help you at this age because it really helps, to treat it early. If you're 20 plus and you come to us with graying of hair, I don't have a lot of options. So no shampoo method. So we do have a lot of dry shampoos these days, wherein if you don't have you can't do a proper shampoo, dry shampoos can be used. But I'm personally not very fond of these shampoos. I rather that should be only like if you do not have an option and you're out somewhere and you cannot do a proper shampooing, then sometimes you could do a dry shampoo to cleanse your hair. So Tony is asking me, is there any way to slow the process of androgenetic alopecia? Hi Tony. Now, androgenetic alopecia is something that you get hereditary, like I told you. It comes from both the sides. It comes from your parental side as well as from your maternal side. So it will depend on your father's hair, your uncle's hair, and maybe even maternal side. So your mama side also. If you have hair fall on both the sides, then you're more prone to get this hair fall at an early age. Like I said, I'm getting patients less than 20 years of age also who get this hair fall. What you could do about it is definitely you could consult a dermatologist. We give you minoxidil based preparations. Now, minoxidil in a 5% is recommended for androgenetic alopecia. And if you started at an early stage, let's say you started as early as 20 years of age, and you continue it properly, you could slow down the process of your androgenetic alopecia. Now, the question comes, how long to do these therapies, right? People ask me, I've started minoxidil, I'm getting results, but then how long to do it? So I've had patients who've been doing it even up to 10 years of age or longer. But believe me, it does prolong your, hair loss. So if you're not doing anything at 20, I'm sure by 25, by 30, you're going to have a lot of hair fall. But if you're doing a proper treatment, if you're using the minoxidil regularly, you're taking hair supplements, you're taking care of your diet, you could definitely slow down the process of hair fall. Okay. Um, Hi, Amit. Hi, Shikha. Amit has been asking how to stop thinning of hair. So, Amit, like I said, you have to first understand the cause of your hair fall. Okay, like we discussed, there are a lot of reasons of hair fall. It could be in males because, like we discussed about the androgenetic hair loss. So you must see your dermatologist and first find out the reason. Once you find out the reason, half of our work is done. Okay, we know why you're getting this hair fall, why the thinning is happening, and then we can easily, treat your hair fall. So Aramkar Food says, you love my hair. Can you tell us your entire hair care routine? Thank you so much for that comment. Um, so I think, first of all, if I have to tell my routine of hair care, I would say first is internal. You have to, I'm very particular about my diet, and proteins is something that I really take care of. You have to eat well first. No, I do try to do a regular exercise at least 4 to 5 times in a week, and also your hair care. So like I do a regular shampooing. Believe me, people don't believe me, but I don't do a lot of oiling, but I'm personally, I have to do a lot of shampooing, especially because I work out. So I would do a shampoo alternate days and use a conditioner and a mask almost every time I shampoo. So that's my hair care regimen. Hi Jaya, even you had asked me a couple of questions on the Instagram, and we'll try to take this up. Hi Kruti. Also, I'm getting questions about can we make our hair loss zero? So somebody's asked me, can I make the hair loss zero? Well, I think that's practically not possible. You know, people say, I don't want to lose any hair. So that's a normal hair cycle. Okay. Our hair is going to go through phases. One is the growth phase, one is a resting phase, and one is the shedding phase. So no matter how much you take care of your hair, you are going to lose some hair. So losing hair to some extent is absolutely normal. Okay. People feel I should not be, so it's normal, and especially when you're oiling or you're doing a shampoo, what happens is at a time a lot of hair come in your hand, so don't worry about it. Okay. In fact, I had a query where people ask me, if I have hair, a lot of hair fall, I'm scared to shampoo because I feel a lot of hair is coming out. So no, it's not like that. If you're not going to shampoo also, throughout the day you're going to lose that hair, but while you shampoo, all of that hair comes in your hand at a time. Okay. So don't feel scared to shampoo. Keep your scalp as clean as possible, like you keep your skin clean, right? In the similar way, keep your scalp clean. But you would lose some hair. It's very difficult to say that your hair fall will absolutely go down to zero. That's really not possible. So Tony is asking me, ma'am, if we stop minoxidil, whether we will be back to the pre-minoxidil time. Yes, Tony. So that's a little tricky thing that happens with minoxidil, that if you are going to stop minoxidil, there are chances that you can get your hair fall back. So I tell my patients, if you're going to use minoxidil for 1 month, 2 month, and then just stop it, rather don't start it. Okay. If you're motivated enough that you're going to use minoxidil for quite some time, you're going to do it religiously, only then start it. And then once you start it, continue it for some time. Now, what is the problem? What are the challenges that you face with minoxidil? Is sometimes it makes your hair sticky. It makes a coating on your hair like a dandruff. So people worry about that. So now we have good preparations of um, minoxidil that you can use. And I tell, even if you cannot use it twice a day, do use it once a day, because it'll give you some kind of benefit. It'll give you whatever benefit it can add on to your loss of hair. So it will do that. So do try to continue it till your dermatologist recommends it. Best vitamin and food supplement for hair. Also, should we include collagen in our diet? Is it safe? So there are a lot of vitamin supplements and food supplements available in the market. If I have to take the brand names on this platform, something like there are Folly Hair, there's something like Hair Bless, there is VB7 Hair. These are the good company multivitamins which are available in the market. So you could definitely start one of them. And what is recommended is to take it once a day after food. And collagen is more to do with our skin rather than the hair. Okay. It's safe to take collagen. We have a lot of collagen supplements. But if you personally ask me for hair, not really. But yes, if you want your skin to not age fast, collagen is the new in thing there, and collagen supplements can be taken. um, Hi Palak, hi Wafa. um, keep asking me all of these questions. I'm also I had one question. Somebody asked me that they want to trim their hair, or they want to shave off their entire hair if they have hair fall, and they think that if they do that, it's their hair fall will stop. So guys, it is not like that. It's not that once you'll shave off your hair completely, then the hair which is going to come is going to be anyways better. Okay. So it's from inside. Okay. Trimming, again, if you're going to do a trimming on a regular basis, yes, it helps you by getting those damaged split ends at the at the base. It'll get you rid of that, but it is no way going to increase your rate of hair growth, or in no ways it is going to stop the hair fall. So but yes, by trimming you can keep it much more neater, and you can avoid the split ends. Hard water, does it affect, and how do we control hereditary hair fall in women, right? So hard water, definitely, I think most of the places we have hard water now, and we are trying to put a lot of softeners in the in the water plant. But yes, hard water does damage your hair a lot, because it's going to really damage the hair quality. But if you're asking me if it's going to cause a lot of hair fall, not really. But yes, it's going to give you a very dry and frizzy hair. Okay. And the other question that has come is how to remove psoriasis, scalp psoriasis. So scalp psoriasis is a condition in which you get very thick, flaky, skin on your scalp. Okay, and this is a condition in which um, you have to go to a dermatologist only. We have to first diagnose if it is a scalp psoriasis or it is a seborrheic dermatitis, and we could give you certain lotions, certain specific coal tar shampoos, and they're going to help you with your scalp psoriasis. Hi, Dr. Rushika. Thank you for joining in. And yes, I'm trying my bit to, solve all the problems and try to clear out all the myths regarding the hair fall. I think a lot of people have a lot of hair fall myths. So one question that I missed was, hereditary hair loss in females. So the androgenetic alopecia in females or female pattern hair loss is something that happens in females after menopause. Okay, after menopause, because of your hormone levels going down in your body, females typically lose hair in their parting. A lot of females, if you have seen, their parting really grows broader, and they lose a lot of hair in this area. Now, even for that hair loss, something like minoxidil is recommended, but minoxidil in this group is in a 2%. Kanya is again asking me how do we control hereditary hair fall in women. So that's what we are talking about. It's usually in a menopausal female, which is after their menopause and their hormones are going down. They start thinning. Their thinning of hair happens in their crown area. Their parting starts, getting broadened. You would have seen that in a lot of ladies. So for this kind of hair fall, we have to first, confirm the kind of hair loss they have, and minoxidil in a 2% used regularly can definitely stop this kind of hair fall, and give them more hair also in this part. And also for all these kinds of hair, we've also been doing a lot of new hair treatments. Okay, apart from the hair supplements, apart from minoxidil that I talked about, there's also a lot of peptide based hair lotions which are available in the market, and your dermatologist can prescribe it to you, and you can get good results. But let us say, in spite of doing all of this, you're still getting hair fall. What you could also do is go for some hair treatments. One of the treatments that we've been doing for our patients is called as PRP. Now, what is PRP? Is basically a platelet-rich plasma. We collect your blood, okay? We separate out the plasma from that, and we inject it on your scalp. Now, once I say inject, a lot of patients they get confused. If that is going to, lead to that be painful. But believe me, these are not very painful injections. We've tried to make you very, very comfortable, and because it's your own blood and we are injecting into your scalp, it's a very, very safe therapy. Okay. Now, what does this plasma contain is it has a lot of growth factors. So once we inject it on your scalp, you get a lot of hair growth back. Okay. I have done it personally for a lot of my patients who've been having a lot of hair fall, who've been getting thinning of hair, or have lost hair in, a particular, like we talked about androgenetic alopecia or male pattern hair loss. In the initial stages, if we do PRP for our patients, they get very good results. And believe me, you could get a lot of hair growth back also. The other new therapies that we've been doing for our patients is something called as mesotherapy. So mesotherapy is a cocktail of certain medicines which are there, which are multivitamins, two amino acids, two minoxidil, and we, inject it on your scalp. Even mesotherapy sessions done regularly, these sessions are basically placed every monthly. And if you go for around 6 to 8 sessions, you start seeing a lot of hair growth also. But if you've lost a lot of hair, let's say, you've lost a lot of hair and then you do not have many options which you have, then in those cases, maybe hair transplant is the last option that you have. And transplant has also been in the market for quite some time. And you could go for hair transplant, and even that would help you. Hi SS1112. I'm fine. I'm doing great. So the other new therapies that we have for hair is laser hair therapy. We have laser helmets and laser hair comb. Even they stimulate a lot of your hair growth, and you get if you do these therapies at a good clinic, a good dermatologist clinic, at a regular interval with a lot of sessions, you could get good hair growth back. So don't be worried, And hair is something that we've been working on for so much time, and if you eat well, take care of all of these things, and go to a proper dermatologist and get it treated, I'm sure you can get good solutions out of it. Okay. uh, what else? So we have also, my hair was always smooth and healthy, but now it's gone coarse and dry. So dry and frizzy hair, I think a lot of our viewers have been asking me about that. Their this hair is very dry, not manageable. What should be they doing? So first of all, diet. I'm going to talk about that again and again and again because that's a very, very important thing with your hair. So you have to take care of your diet. That also internally is going to make a lot of difference. But other than that, for dry and frizzy hair, you have to condition it well. Once in a while, like once in a week, you can go for oil massages, and you could even put a hot towel on. So what that basically does is absorbs all those oils, get absorbed into your cuticle well, and that will lead to a good conditioning of your hair, which is there. And also, one of the things that I like to do is when I have very, very dry day, I have a bad hair day sometimes as well. After you wash your hair, you've conditioned it well, and you still are getting a lot of dryness, you could put in just a little, one drop of oil or a little serum, and use it on the ends. That gives you a lot of shining. The hair quality really improves because of that. And do it on a regular basis. And please, guys, don't do a lot of blow dries regularly or a lot of chemical treatments. People go for keratin treatment, people go for cysteine treatment, hair straightenings, hair stylings. There are a lot of people who go for a lot of treatments. As dermatologists, we really don't recommend. They have a lot of chemicals, they have a lot of heat which is involved, and that can cause definitely a lot of hair breakage. So don't do that regularly. Blow dry once in a while if you have an occasion. You can definitely go for it. Came cho Majama? Yes, very much Majama. I'm fine. I'm doing great. And thanks for joining in, all of you. Um, the other question I've been getting is, hello, ma'am, how to stop hair fall after pregnancy? Hetal. Hi, Hetal. So, during pregnancy and after pregnancy, especially after you deliver, the body goes into all of the stress because of the delivery, because of, your nutrition going down, your body going through all of that shock. So, it's normal to get hair fall after pregnancy, and this is one of the hair fall that I tell my patients that you can get your hair back. Okay, so a good thing is, if you're after pregnancy, you're losing a lot of hair, please don't worry about it. You can definitely get it back. You have to consult a good dermatologist, take good hair supplements, take care of your diet, because you're also feeding your child. You have to take extra care of your diet. You have to take good calcium. So another thing that I forgot to mention is, B12 and D3. These two deficiencies are very, very commonly there. If any one of us gets our blood checked, supplementing B12 and D3 is also definitely going to help you with your hair fall. Tony is asking, ma'am, what is the lifespan of a transplanted follicle? So, Tony, I personally don't do hair transplants. You could get back to a hair transplant surgeon for that, but typically it could be anywhere between 5 to 10 years. So, if you're doing it really at a young age and you want you have to think about your future also. Once you get your transplant done, you should be having enough number of roots if you want to get another transplant done. So consult your transplant surgeon well, and then get it treated. Um, Only needy is asking me, side hair loss is increasing, what to do? I think a lot of girls, they come to me and they say they're losing a lot of hair in this area. They see significant hair loss in this area. So I think this is a common pattern which is happening when you start losing hair and you start seeing a lot of thinning in these areas. That means that your hair fall is significant. So, like we discussed again and again, go to your dermatologist. First of all, get to the root cause of your hair fall. try to find out, why the hair fall is actually happening to you. We a lot of times get blood checkup done for our patients, which would include your normal hemoglobin, your thyroid levels, your ferritin levels, B12, D3. So once we get your proper hair, blood checkup done, we come to know the exact cause of the hair fall in your case. And once we do that, we can, properly treat your hair fall. So first of all, go to a good dermat or find out the exact reason of hair fall in your case, whether it's hormones, whether it's stress, whether it's very interestingly, I have had patients these days, even after Corona, who are getting a lot of hair fall. I recently had a patient, of course, on online consultations. I know a lot of people will be asking me, ma'am, how did you treat this patient? But she did an online consultation with me, and she recovered out of Corona like a week back. She had, suffered from it for almost like 2 weeks. And after she recovered, she had tremendous amount of hair fall. So any kind of illness that your body goes through, like we used to have dengue, chikungunya in the past, and now coronavirus, your body, whenever it's recovering, the first thing to be affected is your hair. So, you get a lot of hair fall. At this point of time, you have to take certain multivitamins, you have to take a good hair care so that you get your hair fall back, you can get your hair back and you can control your hair fall. So please consult at this point of time with your dermatologist. We are doing a lot of online consultations for our patients. Hair is something that I'm telling my patients again and again, that we can do an online consultations for. You really don't need to come to our clinics. We understand that you're scared about coming to clinics right now. So if you have your hair queries, you could do an online consultation and we could help you at least find out the cause of your hair fall, and we can get to the root of it and treat it and get your hair fall under control for sure. I also had a query regarding hair color. Okay, people ask me, if they should be coloring their hair, how often they should be coloring their hair. So, fortunately or unfortunately for gray hair, we really do not have options, guys. Hair color is the only option. If you don't like your gray hair, you have to color it. But yes, hair color is at the end of the day chemicals. They say no ammonia, no hydrogen, know this and that, but that is just one part of it. Other than that, there are a lot of chemicals which are added to the color, and it can cause damage to your hair. So do it once in a while. Don't make a habit of doing coloring very very regularly. Try and delay it as far as possible. I know people who do it every 15 days, so I think that's too frequent. Maybe you could delay it to 1 month or 2 months. So don't get in a habit of doing it too often. But then, we so far medical science hasn't got an alternative to that. So one of the good brands which are available in the market of hair color you could do. And after you do a hair color, it is also very very important that you use the right products to manage your colored hair. So they are certain kinds of shampoos and conditioners which are recommended for colored hair. So you must use that, and they would be really nice to manage your colored hair. So somebody is asking, મારી આગે 58 છે, hair fall ની treatment થી ફાયદો થાય કે નહીં? Age 58 છે. Okay, so we have to, so age is not the criteria. I really don't think age is the criteria. And you have to, it's not about age, it's the amount of hair fall you've got. So I have patients who are 60 years and they still have a lot of hair on their scalp. But if you have like thinning of your hair, we need to check how much of hair you've lost, and we can definitely treat you at this age also. Why not? So you can do a proper consultation with us and we can tell you if you can get your hair back. I have patients who are worried about their look, so they want to. There are certain camouflage methods which are available. One of it is called as topic, wherein you could just sprinkle it on your hair. It looks like a hair. It is a high hair fiber. It's a synthetic thing, but it sticks on so well to your scalp. It looks as if it's real hair. Okay, so that also you can use on a regular basis to cover up some patches of hair loss if you have, till you do a proper treatment. The other options that you have is maybe there's something called as micropigmentation, SMP, which in by which we can add up color to your hair, to your scalp, and even that looks something like hair. So if you done it, you get it done in professionally, it's something like a tattoo. Very simply, if I explain you, it's like a tattoo that is done to cover up the area. So and the last option is also to use a good kind of wig, or to cover up your hair with a good hair cover. So with hair fall, I think the science has really advanced a lot. We don't have one option, we have so many options for our patients. It's just that I think you need to um, go to a good dermatologist, and you should consult. મેમ હિન્દી की ગુજરાતીમાં કહો ને. શ્યોર, કેમ નહીં, હું ગુજરાતીમાં પણ વાત કરી શકું છું. એન્ડ ઇફ દેર ઇઝ સમથિંગ, વી આર ઓલમોસ્ટ ગોઈંગ ટુ ફિનિશ વિથ આર સેશન. પણ તમને એવું કંઈ લાગે કે તમારે કંઈ ટોપિક હજી ગુજરાતી કે હિન્દીમાં લેવું છે, તો તમે મને કહી શકો છો, હું ગુજરાતીમાં પણ તમને સમજાવી શકું છું. હેરફોલની બહુ જ બધી ટ્રીટમેન્ટ્સ છે, અને બહુ જ બધી એડવાન્સ ટ્રીટમેન્ટ્સ પણ હવે આવી ગઈ છે. જેવી રીતે મેં વાત કરી, પીઆરપી છે, હેર ટેબ્લેટ્સ છે, હેર લોશન્સ છે, અને તમે પ્રોપર ડર્મેટોલોજીસ્ટને કન્સલ્ટ કરીને તમે એને હેરફોલ માટે ડેફિનેટલી હેલ્પ લઈ શકો છો. હાય રોહન, હાય કિંજલ ઠક્કર. Keep asking me questions. I think I have few more questions to be still taken. Somebody asked me, helmet can cause hair fall. So yes, I mean, a lot of people who go on the two-wheelers, they put a handkerchief, they put a helmet on their scalp, and they have to use it again and again. એટલે even helmet પહેરવાથી on a and if you don't, તમે તમારા હેલ્મેટને ક્લીન નહીં રાખો, તો તમારા સ્કેલ્પમાં ડેન્ડ્રફ ઇશ્યુઝ થઈ શકે છે, અને ડેન્ડ્રફ થાય તો એના હિસાબે હેરફોલ પણ થઈ શકે છે. ઓકે, ડેન્ડ્રફ અગેન મને બહુ જ બધા ક્વેશ્ચન્સ આવ્યા હતા. ડેન્ડ્રફ એક ટાઈપનું ફંગલ ઇન્ફેક્શન છે, અને તમારે જેટલું તમે સ્કેલ્પને ક્લીન રાખો એટલું ડેન્ડ્રફ તમને ઓછું થશે. અને which medicine is best for hair fall? Manoj is asking me. મેં પહેલા પણ વાત કરી હતી, બહુ જ બધા ટાઈપની મેડિસિન્સ છે, મેં થોડા બ્રાન્ડ નેમ્સ પણ લીધા હતા. સો તમે તમારા ડર્મેટોલોજીસ્ટને મળીને અને પ્રોપર હેરફોલની મેડિસિન લઈ શકો છો. આ મેડિસિન્સ બેસિકલી અલગ અલગ ટાઈપના મલ્ટીવિટામિન્સ, બાયોટિનના કોમ્બિનેશન હોય, અમાઇનો એસિડ્સના, ફેટી એસિડ્સના, અને એ તમે રેગ્યુલર બેસિસ ઉપર લો તો તમને હેરમાં ડેફિનેટલી ફેર પડશે. Jaya is asking me, hair fall treatment is possible because of hypothyroid. Yes, Jaya, definitely. જે હેરફોલ છે, થાઇરોઇડ, જેવી રીતે મેં વાત કરી પહેલા પણ, થાઇરોઇડ બહુ જ, ઇટ્સ અ વેરી કોમન કોઝ ઓફ યોર હેરફોલ. બટ if you keep your hair, if you monitor your thyroid levels regularly, you keep your thyroid under control, that is one thing that you can do. But other than that, like I said, you can consult a dermatologist. We try and give you some supplements with your hair, with your thyroid treatment, and we also give you a lot of lotions to apply. Like I said, we have these peptide based lotions, and they also can help you, decrease your hair fall. So you can come and consult us. We can definitely prescribe you something. Once you do that, with thyroid, like you get a lot of hair fall, your hair becomes very dry and not manageable. So if you consult a dermatologist and do a proper treatment, definitely your hair can get better. And also you have to at the same time keep your thyroid levels also under control. Hi Sajni, hi Prashant. So હું તમને વર્ષોથી જાણું છું, ડોક્ટર તેજસ નાયક. યસ, હાય, કેમ છો તમે? સો ઇફ યુ તમને લોકોને હિન્દી કે ગુજરાતીમાં પણ કોઈ ક્વેશ્ચન્સ હોય, નોટ હમણાં જ નહીં પણ પાછળથી પણ તમે ક્વેશ્ચન્સ મોકલી શકો છો. ડેફિનેટલી વિલ ટ્રાય કે અમે અમારા તરફથી તમને આન્સર્સ મોકલીએ, જે પણ લેંગ્વેજમાં તમને કમ્ફર્ટેબલ હોય. You're welcome, Jaya. Thank you for joining in. So I think we're almost ending with our session, and I've tried my best to take up as many questions from you people. But I think here is such a vast thing, and there are so many things that I must have would have missed some things. So even later on, if you have any kind of questions, do message them to me on my Facebook profile, on my Instagram, on YouTube, and I'll definitely try to answer them all back. But all I would want to say is that hair is something, if you have good hair, your confidence level definitely increases. Okay. Nowadays, skin and hair becomes a very important part of our personality, and how we look and how we face the world. So I think you must take care of your hair and skin as much as you can. And if you're having any problems of hair fall, of thinning of hair, of gray hair, you can consult us anytime. And with all the latest technologies and the lot of new therapies which are available in the market, we can definitely help you. So on that note, I'll sign it off. Bye bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining in. Thank you all for all your questions and involvement. Thank you.